You know, kiddo, the thing about fishing...
Oh good, a metaphor. You might want to once in a while, just say what you want to say.
Well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
A metaphor about why he speaks in metaphors. Nice.
See, the thing about fishing is you need the right bait and the right rod.
I thought the thing about fishing was patience. That's what you said last time.
Well, patience ain't pertinent to this particular metaphor, kiddo. We're not fishing for trout. We're fishing for shark. Shark that's likely to slither through the front door any minute.
Could you please just stop with the metaphors and tell us what the bait is in the story already?
Who? Not what. Your mother.
My mother? Mom's bait?
Like shark to blood, bad things are coming for her. It's instinct. They're drawn to her because of who she is and what she can do. They sense how important she is, and they want her gone.
This is about Grandpa again, isn't it? It's always about Grandpa.
It's not about him as much as what he left behind. My brother passed his gift on to Ami, and she'll pass it on to you.
Great. Mom's bait and we're stuck like lobsters in a trap. My head's hurting from all the metaphors. I need my life to be simple again. So, who's the fishing rod in this story?
Isn't that obvious?
Hi. Updated. Quick access inventory. Quick access inventory updated.
When I hear the land, she usually whispers to me, like the wind. In places like this, she screams. I spent a long time running from my family and my past, my powers. I'm done running. We need to find out why the Earth is screaming.
We got a few live ones out here besides us in the schoolhouse. Damn lucky. Or unlucky, depending on your point of view. Take Eleanor Franklin. Keeping to herself in that empty Addams family mansion for years, stewing on bad blood. Sure as hell doesn't like the sight of me and my kin. Or anyone else for that matter, unless it's a cat. Damn shame. I hear she was a ray of sunshine in her day. But most everyone involved with that mind never comes away quite right.
I rebelled against pretty much everything in my teens. I abandoned my roots, got married, moved to town. I don't know what I was trying to prove, but I suppose I just wanted to get out from underneath all the history and tradition that I felt was weighing me down. The only thing I proved was that you can run away from everything around you, but you can't run away from who you are. It's just a matter of time until it catches up with you. I'd gotten married to the wrong man for all the wrong reasons. Bill didn't take it well, and it got pretty bad. I had to take Kyra away from all that. This you have a destiny business can be a heavy load to carry. You probably know that as well as anyone. All the expectations, it's not an easy thing to live up to. You end up disappointing everyone, yourself included. It's not like any of us ever asked for it, yet we get defined by how we live with it, what we do with it. Sometimes, it seems unfair that you can't just be, I don't know, normal. I tried normal. It didn't really work out for me. My husband disappeared a few days before the fog hit. He always used to pull stunts like that, go on binges that lasted days. But I'm obviously more worried about him this time. We're not together anymore, but I worry for Kyra. She loves her dad very much, and I know she misses him. Even if she doesn't let on, she's deathly worried. I can only hope that if we come out on the other side of this, he'll be there, waiting for her. It might be over between us, but I don't want my daughter to grow up without her father. Whatever Bill's faults, and there are many, he always treated Kyra right.
Apparently Mom's some kind of Wabanaki superwoman. Who knew? Okay, so she was always obsessed with rituals and traditions. Dad couldn't take it. Made him so mad, my mom and him kept fighting over it. I thought it was just superstition. I guess there's a lot more to it, and she started teaching me about all that stuff. It's pretty cool. I suppose I just have to trust she knows what she's doing. Red says I'm next, that I'll inherit her gift. I really don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm not sure I want to inherit Mom's gifts. I hope at least I get to learn a hex or two. There are some boys in school I'd like to place a hex on. Oh, wait. That sounded really bad, right? A few more weeks of this, and I'll even be ready for that fishing trip upstate my uncle's been threatening to take me on. All I have to watch is what I brought with me when we came here to stay with Uncle Red. And anything with zombies or werewolves is off limits. I just can't get into a story that has a pretty girl falling for a hot vampire anymore. It feels very wrong. And there's nothing to read around here. It's either Russian authors and poetry or horror stories about small towns in Maine, and I've had more than enough of both. I didn't mean the thing about the fishing trip. I think it'll be nice once this is all over. Uncle Red and me, we get along. He's teaching me to play chess right now. Oh God, I want to get out of here so bad. I wish there were more of us here. Not just Mom and me and Uncle Red, but others from the tribe. Or even better, that we could just move to the trailer park. But no, that's impossible. Because you know, there's this big disagreement in the tribe, and nobody talks to anybody anymore. I know someone did something bad to someone else like 40 years ago. I think it had to do with my grandfather, but that was like 40 years ago. You'd think they'd be over it by now. What's wrong with people? Why can't they just work it out? Mom tried many times, but she always came home crying her eyes out. She gave up years ago. And Uncle Red never talks about any of them. Just goes all quiet and serious whenever someone mentions their names. I mean, I like Uncle Frank and Uncle Joe. They're a bit gross, but kind of funny. And old Joseph is pretty cool too. He's good at telling stories, even though he gets pretty long-winded at times. Just don't get it. We're family. We should be able to at least talk to each other.
Safe travels.
A mad dog won't raise any pups. So my pop used to say. Yeah, I never saw myself as the fathering kind, despite sitting in as Santa for as many Kingsmouth Christmases as I can count. That's more gut than paternal instinct, in every way. But when Ami's parents died, her mother went too early, but natural. Her father was murdered by bad men. Left it for me to bring her up right. Her brothers too, Frank and Joe. 1 out of 3. It could have been worse, I guess. Don't mean to say I favored her, but she was special. Had my brother's gift to channel the voice of our ancestors. She just needed encouraging. What was left of the tribe, of her family, they wanted no more to do with tradition. We're no longer on speaking terms, us and them, and mostly that suits me just fine. I'm spoiled for company. But it was never easy for Ami. Responsibility sure is a sack of rocks, even in better times. Better times, relatively speaking. Weighed her down half her life. Sure am proud of her. I guess this old dog's not all mad after all. All our legends and traditions speak of watching over this land, of suffering the hardships. Not a lot of bridges in these parts for water to go under. There's a whole lot of slights and hurt that never got sounded out, never really left this place. My brother got himself killed for it, and could be that was some kind of mercy. Bearing a purpose is a big, heavy weight. The purpose passed on to his daughter, Ami, and the tribe turned her out for her troubles. Well, that was half a lifetime ago. Part of me thought what's happening now was gonna happen then. The storm clouds had gathered and all. Moral of the story is, evil's one tricky son of a gun. Man doesn't write romances for a reason, the miserable bastard. We got bets on him coming out of this one with a story about saving the day, maybe with an empowered Native American squeeze, too. You won't find him setting foot outside the old lighthouse. I'd just slide his food and booze under the door until he got his hands on a rifle. Now I leave it out of range, and he can bill me if it goes bad. How all of them escaped the fog, I don't know. I'd like to think there's rhyme and reason to it all, but I suspect it's just pure awful luck.
Welcome.
Visual tracking initiated.
over, man. Game over.
Local bounty detected. Initiated.
Nice to finally have some visitors. We get by in peace and sadness, the ghosts and I. Like in an old folks' home, I suppose. We keep each other company. The ones up in the mine, that's a different story. A real horror story. They weren't just Ed's crew. They were our friends. My soirees were the talk of Kingsmouth. A touch of New York glamour to the sticks. That's why I had the pool dug, you know. And no, I don't mean the kind of party where you leave your keys in a bowl. I know they still linger and suffer. Must be lonely under those old, cold rocks. Back in the day, when I would still leave the house, I tried to silence those voices. I called every priest, every psychic and paranormal investigator in Maine, and not one of them stayed overnight. Even the Indians and that little Ami girl offered their native mumbo-jumbo. At the time, I thought, the nerve of it, considering the part they played in the whole mess. But I suppose they were only trying to help. Sometimes, when the wind comes, I hear those boys at the mine singing. I can never quite make out the words. Well, hello there.
Quick access inventory updated. Quick access inventory updated.
Been held under so long, I ain't even got the memory of the man I was. No loving memory. Would you look at that? One fine day that was. How you like it, Rigsby, you undead son of a bitch? Ain't no more Christmas where you're headed. I could sure use the thought of
Ed took the fall for Jimmy's temper. We all fell. Seems to me, you ought to square things up with Mr. Rigsby. Digging till their hands are red. Digging when Jimmy should be dead. Ed took the fall for Jimmy's temper. We all fell. Finish this for us.
No darkness reigns.
Nice to finally have some visitors. My husband told me to expect you, so I threw on the glad rags. I used to take any excuse to socialize. Two of the best parties this backwards island has ever seen. But that coach turned into a pumpkin a long, long time ago. Now I just share this old pile with all my cats and all the ghosts. Even moved the furniture down to give them the run of the upstairs. And the view from those big windows. Oh, it was a peach of a view when I shared it with Ed. The peach trees are rotten through now. Things started changing with Ed back in that cold, cold summer of '71. Even before the ruckus with the Indians over that damned hole in the ground. Blue Ridge. Something happened up there. Started eating away at him, but he wouldn't admit to it. When he came home, if he came home at all, he shut himself in his study with all the books and maps. And he shut me out. And then there was the incident with the Indians. Ed didn't mean to kill anyone. It was self-defense, but he was tormented by it. He couldn't sleep. Suffered night terrors. He'd stay up, always scribbling in his books, on magazine covers, on the tablecloths, on the walls. I could hear this incessant scratching in the dead of night. After a while, I stopped asking him to come back to bed. I never did figure out where he kept all that writing. When his crew was found dead in the mine, it was the straw that broke the camel's neck, so to speak. I found him hanging in the attic. His face was the color of a ripe plum. But that's not how I remember him. Not how I want to remember him. He was a good man, my Ed. A good husband. A good friend. There's no shortage of secrets in this house, but Ed's lost his way. And his mind. Says he once knew how to put it all together. But he's just broken memories now. None of them good. Says the dreams came through and ate him up. And unless something is done, they'll eat us all. Says it's all in here somewhere, but he can't remember where. Please stop by again sometime.
reports suggest the last of these guys had been made into cowboy hats and hood ornaments. Solomon Island is just full of surprises and death cults. Anyway, I hope you got a kick out of bonding with the summer camp. They're on the way out of this modern world. It's planned adolescence in action. The information age is their ice age. Big feet have a totally depressing lack of guile. They look good on paper, opposable thumbs, superhuman strength, hippie nature power, but we just couldn't make it work for us, and our scientists really tried. Okay, then let's just go on up and grope the Squatch leaders. Hidden stump. I'm gonna not think about that too much. Is this the hidden stump? Install the Sasquatch Chief's treasured glyph into the slot of a superior quality thingy. Ah, we're getting glyphs. Shit. Oh, we're so grown up, and it's kind of shit, but I guess it's part of the thing. Okay. I guess we will just put it there. Fuse aroma. Cool. Then we go down to the Blue Ridge mine, and that is a problem for another day. Whoop whoop.
Quick access inventory updated.
seriously, never teach an ape the fundamentals of empire. I guess you think you're enabling their constitutional right to bear arms, but either you haven't watched enough movies or you've watched too many of them. Still, if a Rochi Black Ops squad can't contain this outbreak, my money is not on stop signs and trash can lids, shields, turning things around for Camp Bigfoot. We'll call this a charitable write-off, and maybe you can refocus on saving things with a dollar value attached deal? Fun fact, the agency had a program training chimps to fly unmanned drones. Okay. So while we are in the area, let's just do this side quest, and that should also ping us with a yay, we did a thing. A soldier from Fire Team Alpha was killed while he was doing recon. Unless someone picks up his mission and finishes it in his stead, his death will have been in vain. Looks like the soldier had a few objectives left. Finish the job for him and report your observations to your faction handler. I mean, we were just told not to do this shit, but listening is not our strong suit. Lessons missing. Who does that? Nobody, that's who. Assess threat? I think that's fancy for just murder people at random. Hi, I'm assessing you. Oh, you weren't even moving. Also not moving. Not moving. There we are. Southwest recon point. And you know what? My minimap, because I'm on a screen with a really weird resolution, because I'm not home right now, and the little "you are now recording" button thingy is obscuring my minimap, so I'm a little bit not sure where I am. That was the stone envoy. Okay. And then we go somewhere else. Assess the threat. Oh, we're killing someone. Wait, are we supposed to go down here? Again, I cannot actually, and I'm very bad at navigating. I should not be given these kinds of tasks. Irresponsible, honestly. Do we have some undead? We can just kill that guy, right? This is assessment. There we are. Okay. Oh, whoop, whoop. Cash. Cash. There, that was easy. Field report received and is currently being analyzed and evaluated. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah. That's a nice way of putting it. Okay. This next part, we are going to the Blue Ridge Mine. Yeah. Just gonna leave over there. And since that was a standalone quest, the Sasquatchy thing, I will just end it here, and then I will see you in the next adventure. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. really hate this fucking Beaumont guy. We can't turn our backs on him, he's way too powerful. Ami was right, this old Joseph seems to know his stuff. Maybe there's some truth in the wards he talked about. Go check them out and keep us informed. In the meantime, we'll research and see if we can learn anything about this engine. So that was a bust. Fine, yeah, you nailed the big bad, and you probably saved the world, or at least a small piece of it, so high five to you. But the sword would have been nice. Also, what the fuck with being AWOL? When I call, you pick up ASAP. Wrap up whatever you're doing on Solomon Island. I'm sure you've unfinished business, and then stop by my office. We'll touch base, share war stories, compare scars, whatever. Ah, the Geary. That should be fun.
Help me help you. Listen to me. Listen. Oh, stop crying. You are 40 years old. It takes hours to die from a gut shot like that. Literally hours. It's a total drag. So I'll call you later, okay? Okay, ciao ciao. Ugh, new recruits. No stomach for field work. Solid results out there. Not the results we were expecting, but we have entire departments all about adjusting expectations. Heads will roll, whatever. What's buried beneath that rock stays buried. No shit, it's a cosmic big deal, but forget all about it. Or you'll follow Beaumont into a secure treatment ward at Arkham State Hospital. And we don't go to Arkham. Super unsanitary. As for the one that got away, she won't get away far. We've got our best recruiters reaching out to her. The magic sword is a nice to have, but opportunism like that is priceless. And if little Cassandra doesn't play ball, we'll put her through questions and answers to figure out the whole Morning Light angle. It's a win-win. At least we've kept the factional status reasonably quo, although I'm a little curious about what the Orochi group is playing at. We do have strict non-compete spells in place, a lot of red tape and chilling effects, but I wouldn't put it past them to go behind our backs. Just like we're going behind theirs. Oh, you're an accessory now, incidentally. Executive summary? You did good work out there. High five. Really? Good job. We liaised the shit out of that.
Do you know what that means? No, you don't. You have absolutely no idea what that means. Today we'll be doing questions, but we will skip the answers. We know the answers. Miss Geary already debriefed you. There's no need for repetition. How would you rate your performance? Don't answer that. Didn't I tell you? We already know. Bottom line, you failed. Lucky for you, so did everyone else, which makes it hard to establish a cutoff point. Geary's job is to make you feel special, to make you deliver. Ours is to simply evaluate. We look at facts. The facts concern us. Your loyalty concerns us. We have questions, but your answers are irrelevant. Frankly, actions speak louder than words. The sword isn't the only relic of note to go off the radar lately. It's an epidemic. Occult weapons, ancient technology, dangerous artifacts, an alarming amount of it ending up in the wrong hands, i.e., not ours. The Phoenicians are involved. Also, these people. No one quite knows what to make of them. We're filing it under TBD. And then there's the Orochi group. We know exactly what to make of the Orochi group. They may appear to be on our side, but they are not. They are dangerous, they have ambitions. And like us, they have eyes and ears everywhere. Everywhere. I'm gonna tell you exactly what that means. It means we're paying attention, all the time. To you, to everyone else. Q&A isn't just me. It isn't even us. It's all of you. Vigilance is important. If you want to avoid seeing this room again, you will learn to be vigilant. This went well.
audit of new agents is ongoing in the atrium.
Her division goes through agents like they're nicotine gum.
This is a Labyrinth speaking. Please report to Light Blue. Have you tried turning it off and on? No? Then please kill yourself. Yo, I'm the sysadmin. I've been tracking you since that unauthorized email access. Strike one. Is the agent dead? Out there, I mean? In the system, his mistakes will live forever, like stains under blacklight. Dirty digital fingerprints all across the world. Seriously, do these people even understand how technology works? Everything is recorded. Nothing is deniable. We know your entire life story. It's chill, though. My job isn't in the details. Your weird-ass preoccupations are totally your own thing. Can you not try to make eye contact? I also do numbers, data. I ran all those shipping numbers you saw, which, FYI, takes longer than it does in the movies. Yeah, Egypt. I bet you twigged when you got jacked by mummies. Gold star. But check out all this activity in and out of the desert. Let's say half of them are dummy shipments, to throw off anyone with too much time and satellite access. That still leaves a lot. And what's weird is that this Egyptian mafia, the kingdom, are super anal about export control. As our rogue trader found out. Do you still have his chip? No shit. Well, I know where Geary's sending you next. Tell you a little about myself? No way. I've data scraped enough matchmaking sites to know where that leads. Anyway, I'm busy tonight. Security review, compiling, benzodiazepines on the rocks. Sure, it's pretty cool down here. You probably wouldn't understand, but out behind the soundproofing and the two-way mirrors and the chemical deterrents in the guts of the labyrinth, I feel like a kid on a sleeping giant, dreaming the traffic of the world. It's not like I'm power tripping. It's mostly running numbers and server calls and, you know, really voyeurism loses its edge after about 20 minutes of your first Illuminati office party. I'm about challenging myself with solutions for data management. And in this place, I get to manage, like, all the data. Also, my therapist said I could try to ease myself slowly into enjoying human interactions through observing them. I wouldn't usually come straight out with something like that, but on current projections, it's 50-50 we won't see each other again because you get killed anyway. The beauty of our system is that you're still indelibly recorded. Think of it as your 15 terabytes of fame. You will always be part of the Illuminati in some data warehouse. Yeah, the secret world, with more major air quotes around the secret every day. I was already over it. If you want to see the most fucked up things ever, just go online. Real talk, don't act like I haven't got access to all your chat logs. Because we grew up alongside the internet. We were the first desensitized generation with our machine God-given ability to see everything wrong with the world all of the time. Even back in the 1980s, the Illuminati had predicted the internet would change everything. Not just gonzo conspiracy theorists being able to barf all over Usenet, but that in 30 years anyone could record an exorcism on their mobile phone and upload it to YouTube. No more secrets. So they had to control it. They planned out the networks like bonsai. A nip here, a tuck there, always a backdoor access. Blowing, then pricking the .com bubble, for which I am super thankful because it was a really shitty gig. And we have the kill switch for the whole thing. In case of emergency, break world. Let me guess, Rockstar, you want to know where the party's at. It's underground, and no, I can't spoof you through the security gates if you don't already have clearance. When you were headhunted, did they run that whole work hard, play hard spiel? Exactly. So because we choose the young and hungry, new hires always see this gig as slam dunking a few deals, getting loaded, and dancing badly to those rap videos we seed with all-seeing eye imagery. Don't get me wrong, it's not like that doesn't happen. They call it team building. Or sometimes team building means waterboarding, just to keep agents guessing. You really want to make the VIP list at the pyramid? I recommend finding something that makes people afraid of you, then getting really good at it. My talent is having admin-level access to all the board members' hard drives. Basically what I'm saying is no one even invites me out anymore. It sucks ass. The Templars really do have a direct line back to Babylon, yada yada, which coincidentally is pretty much where their computer literacy peaked. Millions in old money, heavily armed goon squads across the world, but security vulnerabilities like you wouldn't believe. I'm talking plain text passwords. If they roll up and tell you they're gonna save your soul, you say, guys, I wouldn't trust you to save my credit card info. They got hit by rapid modernization really hard, clocked on their asses hard, and never really recovered enough to stop us climbing over them. I can't sympathize, but I can understand it. Imagine your institution is built on knowledge being power, and now anyone with a web browser can be like, here you go, boom, cover-to-cover scans of the Key of Solomon. That sound you hear, like breaking China? It's the sound of 1,000 little oligarch dreams collapsing around them. History isn't written by the victors anymore. It's rewritten by the Wikipedia vandals. Oh, I love these guys. Really fun from a predictive security perspective, trying to guess what they'll come up with next if even their agents don't know. They've always gone hard on the secret part of secret society. I wouldn't call them really web-facing, but they're pros, naturals, at weaponizing the internet. See, back when the information was precious and traveled slowly, the Dragon worked silently. Now we have so many sources that can be triggered immediately. They can be as loud as they like in the information chaos. The world being how it is, and people being how they are, it just takes one scare gone viral, one tweet to set it off. In the hysteria of heightened awareness, our chances of isolating the event that's actually happening are like zip. So, we become as paranoid as those numerology conspiracy nuts who think math is an Illuminati plot, and we jump at everything that goes wrong. Sometimes it really was the Dragon. Sometimes your day just sucked. Lose, lose. Right. The happy self-improvement Church of the Apocalypse. Fastest growing web presence of the decade, because their new followers drop out of other social networks. The networks are freaking out, offering Morning Light the metrics they sell to advertisers. It's wild. Average global response time for a Morning Light representative to hit a forum thread discussing trigger topics like unemployment, depression, economic uncertainty is 45 minutes. We looked into it, and there's no spam bots, no automation. That means thousands of manual searches and responses. Hello, crazy cult. And still, Morning Light are filed under not an issue on our grand plan, even though our spooks are all, hello, red flag, red flag. It's like we've got a game of internet chicken going on to see who blinks and commits an atrocity first. Maybe the situation right now is where that's got us. Well, you know it's not my place to talk policy unless it's IT policy. Not like anybody pays any attention to that either. I'm wasted here. No, I mean I really am wasted. I'll see you around. These classified documents aren't going to download themselves.
Let's really try to maximize. In summary, plenty of room for improvement. Now, it's time for you to leave and time for me to chat with one of our rising stars. Ciao, ciao. Well, I don't expect to see him again. We're making a few cuts. Exciting news! You're going to Egypt. Well, exciting if you're into all beach and no sea. I prefer the Mojave. The smell of the firing range, peyote, shallow graves. But enough about my childhood. Africa hasn't been a key action area for us since the 14th century BC. Now our sources say something big is going down in the desert. A real game changer. New England is so last week. The catch is that we'll have to work with Venice. The Council used to run the show, back when the Earth was flat and the sun revolved around Europe. These days they're all about being neutral observers, getting in the way of a good old-fashioned honor system. But until we find a way to speed up their slow descent into the ocean, it pays to use and abuse them. We scratch their back, they crack down harder on the Templars. It's a public service. The modern world is so over big swords and bad teeth. Hook up with the Venice envoy. Make nice. Find out what they know. If you have to make a mess, make sure you don't spill any on the Orochi group. They've been making a lot of noise about New England, and word is that their Egyptian operation has been compromised. They're likely to pin it on us if push comes to shove. I tell Orochi to go fuck themselves, but you know how it goes. They're the world's biggest transmedia conglomerate. Setting up a video conference regarding self-fucking would take forever. Time for my next o'clock. Don't worry, you're not on my cut list. Yet. Ciao, ciao. Mission accomplished.
Her division goes through agents like they're nicotine gum.